Hello, and welcome to AJ's Ghetto Gourmet. Today we're going to be having chicken and dumplings, and I'll be back with the recipe in just a minute. Thank you. The next screen will have all the ingredients and the cost for these for about 13 seconds. So there's just a few ingredients in chicken and dumplings. You're going to need some water, milk, a little bit of bacon, some chicken, cornstarch. I like to use turmeric, peppercorns, basil, a deal of biscuits, and some butter. I'll give you the ingredient in just a minute. So we have our chicken in my little wok here. We got 2 slices of bacon in there and 6 peppercorns. And we're going to let that chicken boil till it comes right off of the bone. I'm using chicken thighs and 1 drumstick, and I'll explain why later. Okay, guys, so I boiled up that chicken. It's almost done. We're going to take that off of the bones, and then we're going to put the bones right back into the broth. As you can see, I've cooked a lot of that water out of that broth, and we don't need all that water because we're going to be putting some milk in there. But we're going to be putting those bones back in here and letting those bones throw a little more flavor into this broth. So I've got my bones back in the broth there, and I added 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. You're gonna love it. Okay, guys, so I've got my chicken back into the broth here. I've made up 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. We're gonna be putting that in there, and then we're gonna put 1/4 of milk in with this. And while that's cooking down, we're gonna start these biscuits. So I just lay the biscuits out and drizzle them with a little basil, cut them in quarters, and then I roll them up in balls. Once this starts cooking down with the milk and everything, we'll put those balls of dough in there, and then it's almost done. Okay, guys, so I've got my milk in there, got my chicken in there, I've got my dumplings rolled up here. I've got this on a high heat, and we're stirring it pretty regular because we don't want that cornstarch to settle to the bottom and start sticking. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to bring this to a good boil, and then we're just going to start dropping those dumplings in there one at a time, and then we're going to let that cook for about another 4 or 5 minutes after we put them dumplings in there, and then she'll be done. All right, so now we've got it boiling pretty good. We're going to drop this butter in there, about 1/3 of a stick of butter. Then we're going to start putting these dumplings in there one at a time. We're just going to go around the edge of the pot here, dropping those in. And every once in a while we'll put one in the middle. That just kind of breaks it up a little bit. And I'll be right back. As you can see, all of those dumplings started floating to the top. What we're going to do now is we're going to give it about 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes to boil up good. And that's going to thicken this juice up pretty good. And we're going to just once in a while push them dumplings down. Make sure that they're getting cooked all the way through. You don't want raw dumpling in the middle of it. So give it about 4 minutes now, and we'll be putting this in a bowl. Now, as you notice, these dumplings are rolling over there. You want that. So you want to cook this and let that boil up good until all of those dumplings have done their turning, okay? That also thickens up your gravy, and make sure that your dumplings are done when they're turning. Here's the finished product. I garnished that with just a little bit of basil on the corners. And we used about 2/3 of a half gallon of milk. Guys, thank you for coming to AJ's Ghetto Gourmet. This entire meal cost me about $5 to make the whole thing, and it'll feed a family of 4 very easily. I hope you like it. Send us a comment if you make it. Tell us what you think. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.